Hey folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's live trading action video. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here. Today's date is Monday, August 29th, 2016. Well, folks, markets are trading up today. So interesting about the spiders. So if I zoom in here, I want to show you this is the intraday SPY chart, which mirrors the S&P 500. Notice how a majority of the gains were gotten in the first candle of the day. Interestingly enough, the candle from the low to the high is the same as we had on Friday from the low to the high. Very interesting little action there. So it appears that you have a computer buy program that was generated and programmed to buy the markets both Friday morning and today for the exact same price range. Very weird to see that. It just shows you how little participation there is from average investors. Because obviously, if you get a certain amount of average investors, it should buy the market and push it up an extra penny at least, but it didn't. So that, I think, is very fascinating. From that point on, it has been one of the quietest days we have seen this year. The market's drifting sideways, a little bit of a pop-up, then sideways, a little bit of a pullback, and we're just kind of consolidating right here. But again, net, very quiet price action. Now, this is the pre-holiday week, so again, we're coming into a 3-day weekend. We also had the jobs number on Friday, the non-farm payrolls number. So obviously, trading should be very quiet until we get through this week. All right, Friday you might get some fireworks with the jobs number, but again, next week is where things will pick up quite a bit. Okay, so that's just a little heads up there. Couple stocks that I'm keeping an eye on. Let me go to the daily chart first off here, and let's flip over to Tesla, TSLA. Tesla can potentially close below the 200 moving average here. This is a very bearish close. Now, the markets are going to close in about 40 minutes. So the mere fact that you're below the 200, you can see the 200 in red right here. I mean, look there's really no support below here. I mean, there really isn't. I mean, you'll have a little bit of support right around the 204 level, but really the next level after that is double bottom at about 190 or so, 188. So, I mean, I think that that's a very important signal for this stock, a very weak signal at that. If I was a long investor, which obviously I'm not, I'd be very nervous about Tesla right here. Very nervous. All right, now I'm not short either, just to make it clear. But again, for people that are looking for downside, I'd be favoring the downside. Now, what I'm going to look for a potential trade on here is see how it's going to close, assuming it closes below the 200. Look for a few sideways days of bearish consolidation, and then let's say Friday comes around, you have good bearish consolidation, then you look to short that play. One stock I'm keeping an eye on as well is Twitter, TWTR. Twitter here is into good support here. Notice the support level here. This is very important, folks. I'm bullish on Twitter. Twitter, 50 MA, 200 MA. Notice how price is starting to round out a little bit of a bottom off of this pullback. It is expected for Twitter to trade higher in the short term over the next few days off of this major support. So a heads up on that. Really nice chart. Another chart I was looking at was GE. Now this is kind of peculiar, very negative in terms of the divergence between the market and GE. GE, General Electric, fell here sharply, but look at as the markets have hit all-time highs recently in the past week, really, in all fairness. Look at what GE's been able to do. Nothing. I mean, it's been in a tight bear flag. And this is, by the way, when we talk about patterns and bear flags, a bear flag, by its definition, is a right angle of sideways action off of a drop. So you have the drop down and then sideways, a right angle, 90 degrees. This is about as close to a 90-degree angle as I've ever seen for bear flags. I mean, this is about as perfect as it gets. So to me, that means it's very bearish on GE. Think about it just logically. The markets are doing very well today. GE's flat to positive, but look at the markets recently. Very strong, right at all-time highs. Is GE even close to all-time highs? The answer is absolutely not. It's going sideways. So on GE, you're going to have support at the 200 around 30.5, but I think it even goes lower, folks. I think it goes below $30. Short term, I see major support down here at around 29 and a quarter. So I'm looking at GE with a target potential down to there. Okay, so just a couple little tidbits there. Take a look at Apple real quick. Apple, again, flattish to negative on the day, continues to show negativity. I am short Apple with the Research Center, folks, so just be aware of that. I am continuing to be bearish. I shorted right here perfectly. You saw this little topping tail right here on the daily chart of Apple, and it also pierced this gap fill. Let me just erase this other line. I want to show you exactly what made me short Apple and how I knew exactly the high was in. All right, so check this out, guys. Here's your gap fill. See this gap right here? And notice how extended Apple was. Put a trend line right there. And there you got it. And that's exactly where I shorted it. It was at a Pierce of 110, which is also an even number factor right there. And sure enough, the stock has rolled over. I'm already at $3 and change in the money, but I am looking for more. I have a short-term target. See the two moving averages, how the 50's inching up, the 200's inching down? That's my target, which is right around 102, 102 and a quarter. So again, I'm going to look for that. That'll be a nice gain, by the way. That'll be 7%, 8% gain in a very short amount of time on Apple on the short side. And just a note here, I mean, the markets are up and Apple's not participating. It's negative on the day, negative to flat, but still negative. That is not a positive sign for Apple as well. All right, guys, just wanted to fill you in on some key things I was watching. Come join us at InTheMoneyStocks.com. Take the 7-day free trial. It's 7 days free. You can't go wrong. You get hardcore analysis, you get trades almost daily. We have an options section as well, options alerts you can sign up for as well. Research Center gives you videos every day, trade alerts, etc. It is awesome, folks. And again, come join us at InTheMoneyStocks.com.